Hi everyone, I'm going to show you all how to make your own homemade gesso. First thing we need is 1/4 cup of water. Plain old tap water will do. You can use distilled water if you really want. It's a bit hard to see if I turn it on the side, but 1/4 cup of water. Okay. Next we need, now our glue we can use is Elmer's school glue. Shone a bit weird there. How's that? There we go. Elmer's school glue. Sorry, I'm looking off to the side on my tablet to make sure you can see these things. This one's just PVA from Aldi. Water-based PVA glue is all we need for this. You can, now white paint usually, but you can use any other colour paint because it's just the background. You're going to paint over it anyway, so house paint's really good if you've got it because it's cheap as chips. And our corn flour, just the plain old Woolies brand corn flour. We're not making any wonderful creations here, we're just making gesso. Okay, so hang on a second. Before I did the video, I decided to test it out first. This is what I've got. It's a bit hard to see the consistency in the jar, but as I mix it, you'll get to see it. And again, it depends on, everybody's a little different. Some people like it a little thicker, some people like it a little thinner. I'm probably a little bit more on the thin side. Okay, so we've got our water. Now, our next thing is 1/4 cup of PVA glue. Lovely, fun stuff, this. Oops, it's got you off to the side. Thought you could see me. Whoops. That's what I get for not watching what I'm doing. Oh, come on. Okay, that's more like 1/3 cup. Hang on. Let's throw a little bit back in here. Woo. How's that? That's better. That's 1/4 cup. We add our 1/4 cup to our water. Get as much out as you can. You're never going to get it all out. Yeah, nothing ever comes right out. Now, I'll lift this up a little closer. Can you sort of see the consistency of it? I think my lighting's not as good as it should be. It's not that hard to mix, just takes a little bit of mixing to mix it in. You'll see it's all a bit stringy when you first start to mix it, right? And you see how once it's all mixed, it's all nice and smooth. Now, our next is 1/2 cup of paint. Now, okay, I'm using yellow because I can't get to my white paint because a lot of it is still stuck, and I'm not using my good expensive paint, sorry, to make gesso. We need 1/2 cup of paint. Come on. Right. Oops. Why you wear aprons? Hang on a sec. Cloth. Right. And just mix that into there. You can see it's fun to get out. Doesn't really matter if you don't get it all out. you probably leave approximately the same amount of glue as you do paint left in the thing. And again, just give it a really, really good mix. So make sure it's all mixed in. It's a little easier when you put a colour paint in to see that it's mixed in, because you can see the white. Oh, I don't think I can show you the bottom very well. Not mixed. You can see whether it's all mixed properly. If it's white, I like the idea of the colour. That way I know that the paint and glue is all mixed. Right? Nice, you know, you'll see it's a nice, lovely runny consistency. Now, this bit is where it comes into more personal choice. So we'll count how many of these we put in, just roughly, okay? Soup spoon, old-fashioned soup spoon level. One. Now make sure you mix it in. This is a little bit longer, it takes a little bit. Got to mix it in, make sure you, believe it or not, the more you mix, the lumps will come out. Starts out looking pretty thick, but as you could see, the one I did yesterday, after all the mixing, I think the first one's the worst one. I got more lumps in on the first one than I did. I just kept mixing it, mix it a bit faster. Just don't splash it all over yourself, you'll be right. One of my favourite tricks, to splash it all over myself. So 1, 2, I better write this down so I remember what I've got. 1, 2. You will need a few spoons of this, but again, my thing is mix it, do it slowly so that you can get the consistency. Once you know what consistency you want, you can put them in. But I also wouldn't, if you use 5 or 6 spoons, I wouldn't suggest putting 5 or 6 spoons in at once, because it'll really go lumpy and hard to mix. And I'm sure you can still see. Can you see that that's still a bit lumpy? Maybe not. Let me see if I can bring you in a little bit closer. Oops, wrong way. Can you see? You can see some of the lumps on the side, on the sides. Here you go. It's all right, I'm looking at my tablet to make sure you guys get a good view. Just keep giving it a good old mix and the lumps will disappear. Better not to use warm water for this, because as soon as you put warm water and corn flour together, they do start to get a bit lumpy. Because corn flour thickens used as a lot of people know, when you use corn flour to thicken broths and things like that. Oops, that was number 3, wasn't it? Alright. Take a little bit of time, sorry guys. And I'll move you out a little bit again. No, wrong way. Oh, that way. That's it. Just so I can move a little closer to myself. That's lovely and lumpy. You can use a whisk if you want to. If you want to dedicate a whisk purely to making your gesso. They're cheap as chips in the $2 shops and things. So, happy choice, those types of places. They're running a couple of dollars, so I'm seriously thinking about getting one. Amazing the difference between the 2 days. Yesterday I didn't have to mix it anywhere near as much as this to get the lumps out. They seem to come out a lot easier. Bit warmer today, maybe that's what the problem is. Okay, now, don't actually know you can see the consistency of that yet. Still lumpy. And I don't think it's thick enough. They say pancake batter, but I don't know. Okay, that's 4, I hope. I sometimes talk and forget to write. Get some whisks going. It's good for your wrist strength. Oh, that's getting better. Just get a bit faster when you mix it and help get lumps out a bit easier. Yeah, and needs a bit more. Right. It's up to you how much corn flour you put in. I'm just going to mix this one to the consistency. Can't get that word out today. Consistency that I'm happy with as I'm going to be using it. Right. So me, I reckon I need at least another 1. I might even need another 2. As you can see, you're going to get quite a bit out of it. And it's not going to cost you anywhere near the amount of store-bought stuff. And it's fine if you want to use the store-bought stuff. Righto, now I'm going to see if I can bring you right in. Wrong way. Okay, have a look. I want to try and show you. Sorry. No, right. Have a look. Just want to see if I can show you the consistency of that. It doesn't want to work, does it? Okay, so it should sort of kind of form a little peak but then disappear almost immediately. I think it's really quite hard to do it. Anyway, just needs a bit more. But that's it. All those really bad lumps are gone. Let's see if I can get it there. Hang on. Oh, wait. I wonder if you can see it better. It's really hard to see. I probably picked a shocking colour for this, but you wouldn't see it any better on white either. But it's when it comes off the spoon, it'll sort of kind of form a little peak, but it'll disappear almost immediately. That's pretty good consistency. But again, it's up to you. If you want to make it a bit thicker, you can. Then all you need to do is get any of these jars, they're a couple of dollars or whatever you've got, as long as it's waterproof. And waterproof. Oh God, definitely a bad day. Airtight. Put it in a jar and away you go. Okay. Thank you. I will have a look at this video. If it's not good enough, I will replay it. Thank you.